Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Low Boy, and today I'm gonna show you how to make a beat. I'm gonna keep it nice and simple. Alright, so what you're gonna need is a program in which you can record your sounds and make the beat. I use FL Studio 9. I mean, it's really easy to use and you can make quality beats if you know how to use it. It takes a while to get to know the program and everything, but you'll get the hang of it just like I did. So the next thing you're gonna need is a keyboard with a MIDI keyboard. Search for one on eBay, Amazon, or just your local music store or whatever. A MIDI keyboard. Look for that. You can just hook it up straight to your computer and use it with FL Studio like this. Yeah, I'm gonna make a beat that goes like that. And and you don't really need a MIDI keyboard, but I recommend it because it's way easier to make a beat with a MIDI keyboard. FL Studio has this thing in which you can use your computer keyboard as a MIDI keyboard. So you can like just hit this button right here, that one right there, turn that on, and you can play with your keyboard. If you don't have a MIDI keyboard, you can use that. It's pretty useful. I used to use it when I didn't have my MIDI keyboard. Alright, so the second step, which is the first step to making the beat, is to go to File on FL Studio and hit New. Right there, New. Now, the default tempo, and I'm going to explain to you what a tempo is. The tempo is how fast the beat goes. So you see the tempo right now is at 40. If I play, hit the space bar for play, you're going to see the ticking. The ticking is the metronome thingy. Yeah, metronome. Yeah, so the tempo is how fast the beat is going to go. For example, I'm going to just make a little pattern right here with a drum. You can see the tempo is at 40, and if I raise it, the beat is gonna go faster. That determines how fast your beat is gonna be. The tempo that I use the most is 120. And just know the metronome is on there so you can keep up with the beat. If you go off beat, your beat is not gonna sound good at all. So stay with the tempo, listen to the tempo, and listen to the metronome. You hear that? The second step to making the beat is gonna be that you have to get your own sound. I have my own sounds, little boy. I bought them, I downloaded them, I just put them together. You can download and you can search for kids. You can search on YouTube, search Drummer Boy Kid, search, Lex Luger Kid, Sound Kid, Hip Hop. I don't know. Just search for a sound kit for FL Studio. I mean, you don't even have to put FL Studio, but just search for a sound kit and download some good sounds. Because in order to make good beats, you're gonna need good sounds. Good drum sounds. And sound fonts they're pretty much specially for FL Studio, I believe. And sound fonts are like pianos, flutes, bells, synths, organs, all that. Those are sound fonts right there. Alright, so for sounds like those, you can also use something that's called plugins. Now plugins they're made by different companies. They're not made by Imageline, which made FL Studio. Some of my favorite plugins are Hypersonic. It's a really good plugin. It has 2,000 sounds. It has guitars, it has organs, synths, pianos, anything you can think of. It's one of my favorites, and I'm gonna load it right now. I'm gonna show you a guitar. The guitars in here, they're pretty realistic. You can even hear the frets on the guitar. So yeah, that's that. You can use plugins. I'm not gonna tell you too much about that. I'll teach you later. So the next step is to make a pattern. the patterns go over here. As you can see, I have two monitors. The two monitors, they give me like more working space, because see, I can have the playlist. This is the playlist right here. Where's say playlist right there? That's the playlist. I can have the playlist, which is where all the sounds go. I mean, all the patterns, like where the drums, the synths, pianos, where I put all of that together. And over here, I can be working with my mixer. I can have my plugins. Over here, I have my kicks and my hi-hats and all of that, good stuff. So you're gonna make a pattern. Don't forget to keep up with the tempo, which is what I told you earlier before. So to make a pattern is gonna be like, for example, pattern 1 could be the kicks, pattern 2 could be the hi-hats, pattern 3 could be the claps, pattern 4 could be the snares. That's what this is. So for example, I'm gonna choose pattern 1 and I'm gonna hit this button right here, the record button that's supposed to be on, and to record I'm gonna hit space. Also, you gotta make sure your kick is selected. It's supposed to have like a little green thing. See, it says kick right there. I mean, you can't really see it, but it says kick, so that must be selected. And you're gonna go ahead and hit the space bar to start recording. There's gonna be like a little countdown so you can get ready and you can start recording. So check it out and I'll show you. So that was pretty simple pattern right there. So once you record it, that's gonna show up. As you can tell, pattern 1 is selected, which is the kick. You can right click and hit rename at the top right there to rename it, and you can name that pattern to kick right there, kick. And so, you know, if I got kick selected, and you can see my kicks right there. If I select pattern 2, you can't see nothing because I haven't recorded anything in pattern 2. So kick right there. When you record, usually, I don't know about y'all, but my kicks are a little off and they're off beat. So if I hit play, check it out. See how it's off beat, you know? So what you're gonna do, you see those little squares? You see those little kind of like square rectangle dots looking things? They're supposed to match the squares on the grid right there. So for them to match those squares, you're gonna hit Control Q, which is quantize. It makes your notes hit at the right time and all that. It helps me a lot. So now you're gonna make sure your notes, they all sound right. And like I said, I mean, this is how I do it, and it's different for me. Some people can record once and get it right, but I have to do this, so sorry about that. Make sure all your kicks are right. You can move them. You can move them up a note like that. See, you can move them, you can arrange them and make them sound right. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna pause the video and continue. Okay, so I'm done, you know, fixing my notes and putting them in the right place, making them sound right, and you can hear how it sounds. Listen. So that's how it is. Now what I do is I have two different types of kicks. It's a regular kick, that's what I call it. Regular kick sounds like this. The other kick is an 808, like a little, like the bass. That's what the bass is, and it sounds like this. That's what it sounds like. So what I do is I go and select all these notes. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna show you this. This is where you drag your sounds from. Right here, this is where you get all your sounds. When you download your sounds, you are going to go to the start menu and hit computer. When you're on the computer, you're gonna go to your main hard drive. I name mine Windows XP. Then you're gonna go to your program files right there, and you're gonna go down to image line. Where's image line? It's in alphabetical order, so you can find it pretty quick. Right there, image line. Then you're gonna go to FL Studio 9, data, patches, and you're gonna go down to packs. So that's where you put all your sounds. Once you got your sounds, you're gonna drag them from the browser. That's what it's called, the browser. You're gonna drag them from here to the step sequencer. That's what it's called. And over here you can select, you can click that and you can hide the playlist. You can hide you can hide the playlist, you can hide the mixer and all that. You can hide the browser. That's what that is for. So you're gonna go ahead and drag all your kicks, your sounds, and you drag them from there. Now to select your plugins, you're gonna have to right click and hit insert right there, and this is where all your plugins are at. When you install a plugin, and you wanna see it on FL Studio, you're gonna have to go and right click on one of these, and you can either choose insert, which is to put a new plugin, and replace is to replace the one you have selected. So I'm gonna just choose insert, and I'm gonna go to more. Now here is a list of all your plugins right here. When you install a new plugin, you're gonna have to go in here and hit refresh and fast scan. It's gonna scan for new plugins. If you have any new plugins, it's gonna say down there how many plugins that the computer has found, and all the plugins are gonna be right here. They're gonna be red, marked in red, and you're gonna have to select them like this, like that. You see that? You're gonna have to select them. I deselected that one because I don't really need it. So that's that. I'm gonna get into what I was gonna say. What I do after I record the kick is I go in here and I select all my notes with Control A. See how they're red? And then I hit Control C, which copies them. Now I'm gonna go into to see the piano roll. This is what the piano roll is. To see the piano roll on every single instrument or drums or whatever, you're gonna have to right click it and hit piano roll right there. So now I'm on the 808 piano roll. I got sidetracked. I don't know if you remember what 808 was, but I told you, so you can just rewind that. And you're gonna hit Control V, which pasted them. See, now I have two of those, and see, they're on the same pattern. They're on the kick pattern. So that's the kick pattern. Now I'm gonna play it, and it sounds like that. Sounds like there's two kicks. Sorry about that. There's two kicks, the regular kick and the 808 kick, which is the bass. If I take the bass off, this button right here, they're mute buttons. I'm gonna mute the 808. See, and that's how it sounds. I'll turn the bass on. See, that's how it sounds. So that's what I do with my kicks.